Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 69 minutes of Monza V2. This is the second time that we're running this format. First time was last year, back in about October time. Very successful event, and again tonight we've got a lot of people down, so it will be an interesting round for sure. We've got 46 drivers on the grid tonight. You can see from the track map on the side that it's looking pretty mental, and we're only in qualifying. You're joined tonight by me, I'm Harry Goswell, and you are joined by Ben Ely as well.
Hello.
Covering stewarding.
I am indeed. I am, and I'm not looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. If anyone's in chat, could you just let me know if the audio and everything is alright, and I'll change it if needed. So I'm sure, as you can see from the track map and stuff, what you've seen on screen, a lot of the drivers are still in the pit lane. What we've done for this evening is the drivers who are odd, so if their number is an odd number, it ends in 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9, then they go out for the first 10 minutes and the other drivers go out for the second half. Car 56 is on track if you deal with that, and 202 is still out as well.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find them now. I did see them pop up, so.
So yeah, with the amount of cars that we've got on grid tonight, if you find us talking about incidents and stuff, it's to be expected. Let's have a look at what times are being posted then. So, change this. So, currently sat at the top is a man who's currently in the pit lane. Daniel Duarte in the 155 McLaren has posted a 147.1 and called it a day. He's returned to the pit lane. So, either that's his fastest lap ever and he's decided to stick with it, or he's not got enough fuel to finish it.
I'm having to apply the admin password in as well.
Yeah, I removed you from the entry list just in case.
Clear space. Right, there we go. Now let's do it.
Who else we got out? So you're on board with Eusebi at the moment. Very fast driver. He's currently in second place with a 147.5. Obviously, when the second lot of drivers come out of the pits, we'll see these positions change around a bit. It is a close packed grid tonight. I was looking at it during qualifying, and it's there's a lot of drivers sort of like 300s between each other. You can see in P10 and P11 the difference there is 200s, and then P9 is only a couple hundreds in front of that. So it will be some very interesting battles tonight for sure. As we're about to head into the second half of qualifying. A little bit more about this race then tonight. The 69-minute series is a no refuel allowed. This means it's quite tight for drivers, especially towards the end of the race. We'll find a lot of drivers lifting and coasting around corners. We'll find a lot of drivers maybe not making it to the end straight. Like I said, we've been here before though. This is our second time running this format at Monza. So it is definitely possible. Otherwise we wouldn't have returned here. It's up to the drivers really. If they're not able to do it, it's more of a skill issue than anything. But obviously we'll try and support them as much as we can. We gave them fair warning as much as possible. There is a 3 times time multiplier for this as well, so by the end of the race it will be night time. Add a bit of spice in there, the track will go colder.
I didn't even know that will make it a little bit of a spicy one towards the end.
Yeah, people are going to have to worry about tyres and fuel, which is it's part of the challenge really.
Isn't it just? We say you've definitely got some quick guys in there tonight that all could be fighting for pole here as well. There's definitely some green times popping up.
Yeah, absolutely. The grid is a fast one. I mean, some fast drivers that we're seeing already. Astikov and Krasnov, they're already up at the top. Ackerman, we're seeing him up at the top. He's just gone P2 with a 147.3. I think in practice we were seeing the likes of John Gray going out and pulling 146s, so in mental times.
Oh yeah.
And then of course you've got the other end of the grid as well. Down in P21 at the moment we've got Mark Maz with a 152 flat. Obviously all skill levels here. I guarantee if you join a race with us you'll find someone to battle.
Well, definitely. When from some of the things that I was seeing before the start of qualifying, there was gaps everywhere with everyone that was really tightly knit in different packs. So
Yeah, and I mean, look at the trail of cars that's now going out for the second half of qualifying. It's
This could be quite an interesting, leaving a gap right at the end of the straight.
yeah. Well, it
I'm
said to
sure
them
you
in
had
the
told
briefing.
them.
If there are any
Yeah,
tickets afterwards that drivers do want to report, we'll sort it adequately. Um, but I've got faith in drivers tonight. Briefing wasn't the most clear. I apologise for that, but things happen.
definitely is a chaotic one. So I can only think that the brief was a lot harder to do.
If there's any cars that are disqualified,
They should all be
they
cleared.
should all be cleared.
It's just trying to remember which, if there was any odds that didn't necessarily go out whatsoever. But we're looking all okay at the minute.
That's good. And obviously, news this week from ACC, the Mustang. It's a new car that's come out.
And would you believe it? Look where it is.
Yeah, up in
Yeah.
P2. Interesting with the amount of Ferraris that we got on the grid. The current provisional standings for qualifying is McLaren, Mustang, Ferrari, Ferrari, Audi. So it's a bit messy along this back straight. I'm not going to lie. We are seeing on screen now a lot of drivers sort of jostling to find a gap, but they're going to have to do it. Overtaking is not allowed, so.
I'm glad the ACC race controllers gave me a really helpful cam for that, what I was looking at.
Yeah, it always switches to random ones for some reason. I always just
Yeah.
press 3 and then switch it to the 3D, the third person cameras. It's going to be slightly difficult for me to find some drivers to look at now because they're all at the bottom of the grid. Obviously the ansett times. So it looks like actually this split has done fairly well, to be fair. We've got 24 drivers odd and 23 drivers which are even, so that's a fairly good split. It's a lot better than the red and the white one that we had before. The reason for that was a lot of the drivers that we got down tonight are new to ACM, so they don't have a pace rating and therefore are only set to amp.
Well, I definitely feel like we're going to have a ticket from Mr. John Gray for qualifying after.
Has he been
I don't know,
impeded or?
No, it's both on the outlap to be fair. So we'll see about that one.
If you're in the chat, say hello. Hello Mark, hello Free Talk, hello Antsond.
I'm just trying to bring up the stream now myself. God, I wish people wouldn't talk so much in the Discord channel.
You disqualify cars 3 and 9, they're on qualifying.
I can indeed. I'm glad you spotted that.
Yeah, it was reported by Mark. I did have my eye on it, but I'd sort of forgotten, so that isn't my fault.
Yeah, well,
I'm looking through the grid. We've actually got some really quite some nice liveries going on at the moment. I'm trying to have a look at a Ferrari. I believe it is the Ferrari.
that's one of the Raptor lot, I believe.
Yeah. Which that? 29. That is the Bruno Kragnars. Yeah, that's a very nice livery. That. Virtual Raptor Racing. Or Raptor Virtual Racing, sorry. Good livery. Obviously another livery, but I'm slightly biased to, is Mr. Krasnov in the Audi. There's some ACM stickers on there, so of course I have to support it. Mark, I've not had time to check the livery files. It's been a bit hectic this evening, but I'll check the Ferrari afterwards.
I say my awesome skins was also playing up as well, so
yeah, it could be awesome to be fair. I know some people have had some issues. Obviously, a fan favourite, you know, it's getting you reduced penalties if you stick some ACM logos on your livery, or you use the ACM livery itself. You apparently get reduced penalties. It's only rumoured, of course, no claims to that one, but believe what you want to believe. Mr. Gossel is running the ACM Audi livery. Very good livery, that.
Is he running the standard Audi livery, or is he running
Yeah, it's
his Audi
the.
livery?
I do like his Audi livery, but he's running the standard one tonight.
Well, see, that's still not synced through to me. I need to make sure I download that myself. So
I did do a livery sync about 20 minutes before the practice server went up. Actually, it might have been later than that. I can't remember. But if your livery isn't on here, isn't on the stream, then you might want to check Awesome Sim Racing. Make sure you've uploaded it correctly. Make sure it's in the collection, and then we'll see it for next time. A bit more about this race then. This is part of the Discord series, which is a quarterly based championship. It's all made up of one-off events. There are occasionally some seasons in there. We do a couple sprint series, like we did the Northwise sprint series, and we've got another series coming up which is hopefully releasing this evening.
is that the one? I think I might know what that one is.
Yep, you might know what that one is for sure.
I do indeed.
We'll leave that a secret for now though.
I'm so down for that.
Yeah, hopefully it gets sign-ups, but we'll wait and see for that.
Fingers crossed.
But the rest of it is made up of one-off races. So on Tuesday next week we've got the Pre-19 Psychosis, which is the old generation cars like the Nissan, the Lexus, the Jaguar, the V12 Vantage, all of those. None of the newer cars, so it's something a little bit different. Can you show number 993? Yes, I can. They're currently in the pit lane. In the Nissan.
That's what I was going to say. There is a Nissan on the grid, so
good preparation for pre-2019 Psychosis on Tuesday.
I'm good. I can't miss that. So
yeah, Can 993 is an odd number, so we'll check on him with during the race. Odd numbers went out during the first 10 minutes of qualifying.
he is currently sat in P25 in qualifying.
It's not bad, to be fair. The grid is very tightly packed. I mean, the top 18 drivers are basically within 1 second, which is not something you see often at all. The man, the myth, the Grillian himself, Mr. John Gray, up in P2 at the moment. I expect that he's going to get into P1. He's definitely got 800s in him, for sure. He was setting 146s either today or yesterday, so he's got it in him, and he's got a gap ahead, so we'll see what he can do.
Is he still managing to survive with the additional ballast on his side?
Well, I mean, he's in P2 at the moment, so...
Well, I'm just saying, has he still got the ballast that... Oh no, so he's now on plus 1 kilogram, so he's not got the minus ballast he had for the last couple of races or anything. So.
Yeah, the pace has sort of been fixed by him doing some more generalised races recently. Could you clear the disqualifications?
Yes, yeah. I was just typing it in ready because I'm guessing when the server transfers over, it has a hizzy fit if you don't.
Yeah. Is there anyone talking in chat?
There's a couple, but obviously people, like 1 or 2 people have just explained why the song was disqualified.
Ah, right. Yeah, that's fair enough.
There's literally one person's they've all posted. Well, until there's just posted twice, but I was gonna say everyone's only posted once, but
yeah, it's fine. We weren't clear with the briefing, so we'll let it off for those drivers that are a bit confused.
Yeah.
Do you know what's mental? There's 2 Audis. One's just gone P1. There's 2 Audis in the top 5, I was going to say, and one's just blown away into P1 with a 147 flat. So
that's crazy.
You know what? Fair enough to him. Will Goss, I expect to see you up there as well.
Yeah. Will Gossel needs to get up there.
Lane, so I reckon he could definitely get up to about P20 if he keeps clean this race. It'll all be dependent on what happens at the start, to be honest.
I definitely feel like there's going to be a couple of tangles that you might see people fall down and then have to work their way through, or then there will definitely be gainers from that. So
yeah. I mean, I'll try and get a good camera angle for the start, but I can't promise anything, to be fair. With the grid that we got tonight, it's going to be interesting. Looking at what we've got then, the top sort of 10 or so is
that other Audi. That other Audi is almost 3/10 up, which would put him second. So that could be crazy if you've got an Audi 1 and 2.
Audi front row. Yeah, we've got P1 as we're on with earlier, Pierre Mayer. He's in a team with Mr. Halter, who is the second Audi of this current section.
You've also got Darkness that's almost 2 seconds up.
Oh, is that... Oh,
Never
yeah.
mind, he has just spun it.
Oh. It was a good time to cut to him.
Good Custer's curse on that.
Yep, as soon as you mentioned it.
Yeah, but Halter is about to cross the line, and with his time, could go pole. He lost it all last second. He was 4/10 up at one point. Oh,
he's close though. Yeah, 147 flat as well. The absolutely mental grid that we got tonight is 147s for the top 16. I mean, I'm barely into the 148s on a good day, so fair play to these guys.
Oh yeah, they're madmen. These must be the guys that just sit in the casual lobbies, because I swear this is the only track you get when you press casual and quick play.
Yep, and then you only end up doing turn 1.
Yeah, it is that case. I swear, like half the servers thin out after turn 1.
Tell you what, this Mustang does sound good.
Oh, it does.
And that is qualifying. So the top, we'll go with the top 10 or so drivers for you, as we were saying. Mayer in P1. And then we've got Halter in P2, also in the Audi. And then in P3 and P4, we've got 2 McLarens, that is Duarte and Slama. P5, we've got John Gray. No surprises there. P6, Noah Ackerman in the Mustang. That's the highest place in Mustang. Followed closely by Brandt, Maurice Brandt in the 992 Mustang. Soloev, Pagani and Uzebi round out the top 10 in the 8, 9 and 10 respectively. Pagani is the highest place in Aston Martin of this race. Not too many Astons on the grid, to be fair. We've got Stuart Pryor down in P22. And then Kuzmenchuk down in P33. And that is it for the Aston Martins. So I'm a little saddened by that, but we move.
You just got to wait for the new Aston Evo to be added.
Yeah.
Which we all hope for.
Yeah, we all hoped for with the previous 2 updates, but we've not got our wishes yet.
Well, I was just amazed that they added the Mustang when they did. I thought they were going to hold off a bit, but
Turn 1 it bangs, we all hope now. Yeah, it's going to be mental turn 1. I mean, just look at the grid that you're seeing on screen now. That's not something you see every day for sure. I mean, 1 hour 9 minutes on the clock. It's going to be one heck of a race, to be honest.
Yeah.
Best of luck to you on stewarding.
I feel like I won't be talking for a while.
You just put a message in. Only 1 Porsche on the grid. Yeah, that is true. To be fair, to a lot of the drivers, they will be going with what is best for fuel. So I don't know if.
I would put a message in, but however, it won't let me type. That's fun. It's in that weird, like, bugged state though until the race starts.
Yeah, have you clicked on drive?
Yeah, but it still won't let me type. So.
Right. Yeah. Well, we're underway in no less than 2 seconds. You'll start to see the drivers going out for their short formation. Now we've got a couple of drivers in the pit lane, so they might have missed their pressing.
It also probably isn't a worse. It also might not be a bad idea. Not gonna lie.
No, I'm not going to blame them at all if they decide to start from pit lane. If they want to get the qualifying session in and get their pace rating sorted, then it's a good idea for them. We've also got an old Mercedes in there that I've just seen, an old generation one, which is interesting to see.
That is. I am about midway down the pack, probably about car 30 or so up on the helicam, and
yeah, I'm on free cam at the moment. I'm trying to get a decent angle for the start. You can see all the drivers coming around the final corner now. Sorry,
yeah, I'm gonna try and utilize your free cam as well to see whether we need a restart.
Yeah, you can see the drivers pulling away now. Trying to look and squint my eyes down there. We've got a lot of drivers sort of moving positions. I told them to all stay in their ranks. It's the best bet to do. Coming down into the first corner, we've got 1 driver off to the side. Looks like they've rejoined safely. We'll switch the camera around to see turn 1. Not too bad so far. A couple bumper cars, one
There's
car's
a
round, two
bump in the
cars round.
back.
They've got straightened up. There's a bit at the back. One driver, two drivers cutting the corner. Looks like the majority of the grid is through though. There's a lot of bumping going on. We'll try and catch up with the front of the pack now. But that was, to be honest, not as bad as it could have been. I don't think that's restart worthy in any way, shape
not
or
at
form.
all.
So fair
There's
enough
definitely
to
a
these
bit of
drivers.
banging at the rear, but
Yeah.
I can easily go through and sort that out in a minute.
A lot of banging from what I saw, but to be honest, it doesn't matter too much. There's a couple stragglers at the back of the grid there, obviously, coming out the pit lane, but Meyer and Holter at the front, they've got a massive gap behind. We'll go on board with the Audi, actually. We'll have a look at what we've got behind.
I'll have you know, Harry, we have 14 incidents already.
14 incidents already, that's always good.
Yeah.
And there's a yellow flag in the second sector as well, so best of luck to you, Ben. I assume we'll be here in silence for you for the next 69 minutes, so
yep.
I'll try and waffle my way. Car 1-4's got a yellow flag, hopefully they're all good there. If I can try and cut to them. That's one of the Raptor virtual racing cars. They're looking for a gap to rejoin. Hopefully he's not got too much damage or any damage at all. But obviously with 69 minutes in this race, they will have enough time. Looks like another driver off. Astakov. Oh no! That's not what we wanted to see. He was doing so well in qualifying and practice. Looks like Pryor as well has gone off. He's got a lot of damage on the front of his car. Hopefully he manages to get going again. He's returned to the pit lane. Car 45 also off. Pinto, he's on the inside of that corner. Hopefully he managed to get going as well. There's a lot of damage on the front of that car. Mark Mars going wide there. He's got a bit of damage on the rear of the car as well. Generally not too bad from what I've seen. There's a couple of incidents which are a little bit iffy and we might need to have a look at, but to be honest it could be a lot worse for Monza, so well done to everyone. You can see from Meyer's rear view, he's got a massive gap down to P2. He's got 0.7 at the moment. That's only from one lap, and behind that John Gray's seconds behind the front runners, so maybe he's had a bit of problems. Maybe he's gone wide on one corner and lost his way, but I know John's a good driver and he doesn't give up, so he will be looking for those top 5 spots for sure. Some incredibly close racing going on here. I don't know how I can catch this. There's about 6-way battles. A couple of door bangings there as Yuzebi makes his way past. I believe that was Noah Ackerman. No, actually that was Artem Kvazov. Actually, he made his way past. Yuzebi, very fast driver from what we've seen, fairly clean as well in his countless amount of laps. But to be honest, with this 6, 7, 8, 9 car battle at the moment for P6, I don't think this will be letting up soon anytime. There is a position change down in P28. Vegas J has been overtaken by Bartos Geminol. But it looks like he'll be getting overtaken potentially by the BMW on the outside by Beaver. He's kept his line, to be fair. It looks like they all go through there fairly cleanly as well, which is good. A lot of position changes. These two are still battling. Kvazov and Yuzebi up at the front. Salma's just set the fastest lap in P3. You can see that on the timing sheet. That was 1:48.6. Very close from these two drivers. It'll be interesting to see what they do down into P1. Obviously with fuel being the priority of this race, a lot of drivers will be on different fuel maps, different speeds, etc. 5, 6 cars. Oh, another contact there from Yuzebi. Maybe close the door a little bit. That's another one for you, Ben. Hopefully he rejoins safely.
Yeah, I caught a little glimpse of that, but then changing in through replays, so
yeah,
gonna be having a look at that soon.
Yeah, but yeah, I won't make a comment on that. Very close racing between all of them, to be honest, and with 6 cars around all looking for positions, it's pretty mental. Tell you what, I would not like to be on this grid. I don't know about you, Ben.
No, definitely not. I would say I'm having to actually now just go through the replay to try and get a bigger image of a couple of these.
Yeah.
So
yeah, when we had these 69 minutes of Nordschleife about a month ago, when Alex was joining us for this, I know that he was just going into replay to get a bigger overview. So it took him a little longer, but it was definitely worth it.
Yes, yeah. I'm just saying this is probably just going to be the easier route, just to stick in the replay for a bit.
He's off to the side of the track. Looks like he's had a spin. He's rejoining now though, and he's done it safely. So hopefully he gets some positions back. Up at the front, Salma's overtaking Holter, so that must have been a mistake by Holter. He's now 0.5 seconds behind Slama, who's 1.5 seconds behind Meyer. So Meyer has properly ran away from it here in that Audi. It'd be interesting to see how the Audi is on fuel though. I don't know too much on the topic of that. 0.1 seconds between Brandt and Krasnov. And then behind, the Aston goes for the absolutely incredible dive, and he makes it stick, to be fair, on the Mustang. Mustang is looking all over the place. Maybe needs to turn up a traction control a notch or two there. But that was Pagani in P10 now, in the Aston Martin, and we got the Lamborghini of Wolf on the outside as well. Perfect formation start, clean start. Question, who do you join these races? How do you join one of these races? If you want to join one of the races, have a look at our SimGrid page or join the Discord. The link is in the chat as well. You can see SimGrid link there, and the Discord link just above it. If you join there, you can see all our events that we're hosting. We've got about 5 or 6 a week now, so pretty much daily races for you to join. Spanning times, spanning lengths, so I'm sure you'll be able to join one. That was a look down the inside from that Mustang, looking to get the place back on Pagani, but it wasn't successful on this occasion. It's a good battle throughout this. Krasnov goes up the inside of Duarte there, looking to complete the move. Duarte still on his rear, but he's cleared it now. Obviously Krasnov in that ACM logo livery. It's looking good. Another Audi that's in the top 10. That's 3 now, which is pretty good from all of them. What else? We've got Holters looking to regain his position on Slama. He's about 0.2, 0.3 seconds behind. Yema, welcome into the chat. Edic, welcome to the chat. So Loev's looking for a move. That's a teammate of Krasnov and Astakov. You can see it's the same sort of livery there. He's looking for a move around the outside of the Mustang there, but that's not going to be successful. We would potentially get the switch back on Ackerman there. This for P5 has certainly got the speed. It'd be interesting to see whether the Mustang or the Ferrari has the top speed down the straight. It looks like they're evening out a bit now. We'll have a look at the speed trap. Ackerman's got 276 compared to Solo's 278 through the speed trap, so potentially Ackerman's running a higher wing on that, which is giving him less movement. Car number 47. Oh, that's a tap from Eusebi at the back there. Fortunately, keep catching his incidents. Car number 47's just had another moment. So Marol, he's off on the side of the track there. Hopefully he rejoins safely. Car number 555 is having a bit of a mare. That's the BMW. He's lost out on a couple of positions. What else we've got going on? Brandt's fairly close. This is mental to try and keep up with. Raskowski has just lost a position, and Owls has just lost position. He's going through the escape road there. If there's anyone we want me to focus on, I know we were requested for 993 earlier. I'll hop on board with them at the moment. They're currently chasing behind a massive pack of cars. Fairly comfortably in P23, to be fair. They've got 10 seconds behind. 2 seconds in front, so they can just focus on their own race for now. Vaslov in P15, he's looking on make a move on the Raptor racing in front from Borba. Absolute train of cars coming through this section of track at the moment. Position move so Krasnov ended up making that move on Ackerman. He's completed it, and they're still fighting for it at the end of the lap, so that's very late on the brakes from Ackerman there. I'll try and switch to a better cam for you there. Krasnov's going to be at the inside, depends whether the Mustang will get any speed on the straight. So it looks like potentially Ackerman's had a couple issues around that previous lap. He was up in P6 and now he's in P8, so not the best of starts for him. He might have some damage for his contact with the Zebi, but hopefully not too much that it makes him any slower for the rest of the race.
Just when you think you're making progress and you see the actual updated list from after focusing on one for so long.
What's that, sorry?
The trying to go through all this, you look at the list of how things are going, and then you
slowly submit to depression. Yeah, I've just had a look myself. Yeah, I mean, best of luck to you, mate.
Well, obviously we have had one instance where there has been a stop go 10 seconds has been added on. So
right, yeah. There was nothing too major during the start, to be honest, but obviously as the race progresses, and it is lap 1 as well, so any incidents that were during lap 1 are automatically marked as harsher.
Indeed.
317's lost a couple of... that's Gemiol. He's had an unfortunate bit of a spin at turn 1 there. He's regained it on there, and it doesn't look like there's too much damage on that Porsche, so be able to regain it back. We were commenting a couple of weeks back, I think, when it was the 69 minutes at Nordschleife, or maybe a Nordschleife Sprint Series race, that how good this livery is on the Porsche. It's got the ACM logo on top, which just fits in spectacularly, and on the front it's got sort of a floral pattern on it, which is, it just suits it so well, and the gold emblems around it, it's a nice livery. Kvasov is still looking behind Volvo on that Raptor Racing Ferrari. He's looking at the inside of the seconds of the penultimate corner. He's not successful there. He might have the speed coming out the corner. We'll hop on board with him and see what he's seeing. As I said, there is a 3 times time multiplier, so it is going to get dark soon. You can see the sun setting about now. We have got just less than an hour left of the race, so we're expecting to finish the race about probably midnight time, 1 AM. That's a driver off to the side. I think that's Ackerman off to the side there. Yes, it is. Hopefully he rejoins safely. In your Discord server, where can I find lobby name and password? In the server information panel. Alex has just messaged me saying if he gets home in time, he'll be in and helping you, so got that to look forward to.
No worries.
Eusebi's looking for a move on Krasnov. I believe that's Soloev in front in the Ferrari. It's the battle of the Ferraris. It's very close between the two. We'll go on board with him and have a look at the position change there. He'll have the inside, depends whether he wants to take it. I don't blame him for not taking it, to be fair. It's a scary corner to go side by side on. Soloev was very giving there, to be honest, considering the situation. Up at the front, it's still the same top 3. Mayers ran away with it by a lot. He's got 2 seconds to P2. All he really needs to do now is keep care of his fuel and just race cleanly, to be fair. As long as he keeps it out of the dirt, then he's good. Alter down in P3. He was catching Slama, but it looks like Slama's pulled away slightly now. He's got half a second, maybe more on him. And behind John Gray with the fastest lap with a 1:48.1. He's sort of just chilling in his position at the moment. He has caught up to the P2 and P3 drivers, as I said he would. He's just over a second now. Duarte has just been overtaken by Lily. She goes round and keeps the position. I think Duarte will have a better exit there. I don't think he'll be able to make the move though. I'll have the outside for the next corner. It's a lot of more surface to cover when you're on the outside there, and yeah, like I expected, he's slotted in behind. These two are battling. It looks like Eusebi's just got past Soloev there. Like a very clean move, and he's got ahead by quite a bit already, so he'll now be onto the tail of John Gray. Could be an interesting battle between those two. Brandt, who is in the Mustang, is about 0.3 seconds behind Pagani in the Aston. Interesting name, having Pagani as your name and then driving an Aston Martin, but there's no Paganis in the game, so can't fulfill the legacy yet. Okay, thanks. Happy to rest next time. Yeah, show me.
Definitely have to go into the replay.
You definitely have to go into the replay.
The what was it? My ACC what was it? Control is like playing the replay. It looks like it's stopping it like 5 seconds before anything actually happens.
Sometimes in that case, it just bugs out. Ooh, wow! Very well held there by Brandt. That was a spin and a half. He has lost the position to the Lamborghini of Wolf. That is, he's done good positioning. I think that was Krasnov as well, who we saw running wide, who's now been overtaken by Lilly on the inside. McLaren almost had a move there. McLaren's switched to the outside. It's a 4-way battle now. Switch to Basil. Oh, actually, it looks like Krasnov's gone into the pit lane, so potentially got a bit of damage then. As these two are pretty much drag racing down the start-finish straight. Car number 9 has got a white flag. Hopefully that's all right there. Number 666 is in pit lane. Krasnov's in the pit lane. We've got another driver in the pit lane. Pinto's in the pit lane. That's a lot of damage on that McLaren. Kleinodder is going through the escape road. Duarte is still battling with Vazov in front. It looks like this battle's sort of spread out a little bit now, though. Matt Redfern, our mate over at Big Brain Racing, he's down in P40 at the moment. I think he might have had an issue at the start of the race. He's gone down 20 positions from the start, which is never good to see. But I do believe he'll be able to regain a lot of positions. I'm not sure how good the Mustang is on fuel. I've never driven it yet, so maybe if it's got an advantage, then he'll be able to make some positions off of that. Yeah, as I was saying, okay, thanks, happy to race next time. Yeah, absolutely. Just make sure you sign up on SimGrid, then you're on the entry list and so on. And yeah, just join the race basically and have some fun. Some big gainers from this race then. We've got Wolf, who's gone up 8 places from P16 to P8. He's doing very well in the Lamborghini. Who else have we got that's gaining? We've got Koshiera. He's a returning driver who said he was only going to do Nordschleife and then managed to convince to get to do Monza, so he's made up some good positions. He's gone from P28 to P16. Very well done to him. Is T-Bone Lisk in P22. He's gone up 13 positions, so very well done to him. Petit Jean, he's gone up 21 places, so fair enough to him. He started in P46, which very good going, especially with this grid. Matt Howes, he's gone up in the Bentley by 14 places. Carlia in the Raptor Virtual, he's gone up by about 20 or so places. And that's about it really. So some good gainers and losers from tonight actually. There's not too many losers, which is good to see. And of course they will be able to get it back as well. Pryor, I think he's back out.
Pryor was involved in a collision.
Yeah, I saw him off the side of the track and then he returned to pit lane, but it's good to see him back out. Obviously every lap matters for the Discord series. It's 3 months long. Doesn't matter where you finish. It's not entirely a points based championship. It's more based on how clean you are and how much you attend. Very good series. I think the last one we had about 75 drivers. This one already we've got at least 150, which is pretty mental.
Because that penalty that's just come through is all linked into that collision with Pryor and everything. So,
is there a penalty applied? Is that?
Yeah, there should have been one that's come through. Let's not go 10. Multiple cars involved in a collision into, thankfully, not turn 1, into turn 2. I'm past turn 1 now.
Wow, we're making progress.
Yeah.
How many laps are we into the race?
Don't tell me. I'm going to be so upset.
10 laps into the race and we're on
lap 1,
turn 2.
There's 48 reports so far, and I'm just starting number 12.
Yeah, well, hopefully we don't need to add more rows to this instant report, but I wouldn't be surprised at this point. I think, from what I'm seeing though, a lot of it is racing incidents and door banging and stuff, which is too bad. Just remember to do the applied.
Alright, yes, yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to...
Right. If you'd like us to focus on anyone, please put it in the chat and we'll do so. Mr. Pevin and Nissan, who we were asked to have a look at earlier, is still got a decent gap around him. He's got Shodoret in the Raptor Virtual behind him, about 1.8 seconds. And Ackerman in front, who's having a very tight battle with Kleinodder in front. He goes over the track there. Kleinodder goes wide. Not much to say about that one. I'm not going to comment. It can be reported after the race if they want to. But it was fairly close between the two, so fair enough. Terakov, I believe that's Terakov and Howes in the Bentley. They're having a good battle. Terakov will have the inside for this corner. As I was saying earlier, it's a lot of distance extra to cover on the outside. You get a massive disadvantage. You can see there that Ferrari basically got the whole car's length advantage on the Bentley, and now they've exchanged positions. A bit of flame spit in there from that Bentley, which was good to see. Three-way battle here. We've got Borsky and Kumenchuk and Petit Jean in the... Actually, that's a... Wow! through the inside goes kind of a 2-3. That's Vladimir Bikovsky. Oh, and then there's contact behind. Hopefully those two drivers are all right. That's another incident for you, Ben. Looks like one's returned to the pit lane, one's going to rejoin onto the track. But wow, that was a proper move and a half of the inside there from Bikovsky. We'll try and get a. No, I don't think we were fortunate enough to get a replay on that. But fair enough to him. That was a very, very opportunistic move at the inside, to be fair to him. Oh, that's a dive at the inside on Will Gossel from Matt Howes there. No contacts, and Gossel's going to have a better exit. As we see another driver going through the middle, that's the car of Terakov, and also Matt Howes has now been overtaken by Astakov as well. So Gossel's also been overtaken by Terakov, and Gossel's got Astakov at the inside. Hopefully they're all okay through the first corner. Obviously we're well into the night time now though, so it's a little bit different for the drivers. They all make it through turn 1 cleanly and fairly. We'll switch back to the behind of the Bentley overtaking on Gossel. This is currently one of the closest battles on track. Up front, it's fairly clear. It looks like John Gray's made his way past Holter, which is what we've missed. Holter looks like he's not having the best of times in the Audi, to be honest. He's having a couple unsteady moments on the exit, so maybe some training from Myers needed. Not sure what the team dynamic is there. Looks like Petit Jean's been overtaken by Bikovsky as well. Matt Howes is still battling with Will Gossel. But it looks like that move will be finalised now. Will, very smart driver. He knows that it's better to let a driver through if he's faster, which is exactly what he's done there. Thankfully, it seems like the grid is starting to spread out. We've got a massive train of drivers here from P23 down to P33 actually. We've got the Mustang of Koval on the outside there. He's made the move stick. That was the McLaren of Lisk got overtaken, who now might be potentially overtaken by Carlier as well, as they go around the outside. Astakov behind, he's about 0.1 seconds behind the other drivers going down. That is a good camera angle out there. Astakov's got a bit of damage on the front, so hopefully not too much aero damage. As he goes up the inside of Terakov there. There's a lot of jostling positions here. It's difficult to keep track of what's going on, but it's currently Carlier leading from Astakov, leading from Terakov, who has got Howes, Bikovsky and Krasnov. Petit Jean going up the inside of Lisk. That's a very easy manoeuvre for him, it seems, so long as the McLaren braked in time, which it do. Like it's a move well made. Carlier's up the inside. Probably going to have the worst exit compared to Astakov, so Astakov's going to make the move. It's dark already. Yeah, there's a 3 times time multiplier, so basically every 1 second is 3 seconds, so it moves a little bit faster. It's a little bit something extra to give to the drivers, really. It's 69 minutes of fuel and tyre challenge. It's all part of the Discord series though. Every race is a challenge. That's why we've got the pre-2019 Psychosis on Tuesday, all of the older gen cars, and then we've had some high temperature races and some cold temperature races and some heavy rain races. So if you're looking for something a bit different, the Discord series is where it's at. A week tomorrow we've got a 6-hour endurance race. If you need a driver or a teammate for that, just post in one of the channels and I'm sure you can find someone. And then coming up soon as well, should have some more series coming out. Looks like someone's been raging in the chat and they've now left, so bye to them.
Which one, sorry?
I've deleted it now.
Oh, right. Is it Rottenberg by any chance?
It was Mayer. Might have been one that you applied a penalty to, I'm not too sure. But if they can't handle getting a penalty for something that they've caused, then we don't want them in, basically. Krasnov up the inside of Terakov there. He's going to be on the outside for the next corner. It depends on who gets a better exit. That'll be Terakov on this one. Krasnov went a little bit wide there. The car number 9's had a yellow flag. He's off on the inside there. Should be able to rejoin carefully. That is the old Mercedes actually. It's the old one instead of the Evo. Who else have we got? We've got Bobo in P14. He's looking up the rear of Blanchette at the moment. Soloev is fairly close up at the front. But I'm not going to lie, top of the pack is looking pretty stacked. I've missed another move up at the top, I do apologise. Halter is now down in P4 from P2, so he's lost out a couple of positions. John Gray's about 6 seconds down. Where's Slama gone actually? Slama's down in P5, so I've entirely missed what's going on there. I don't know if there was a contact or anything that you know of, Ben?
I'm unsure. I'm still kind of working through the turn 2. There was quite a few, so
yeah, fair enough.
Working through turn 2 at the minute still, because there was a couple of door banging at the beginning, and then a couple of door banging towards the end after the prior collision. So.
Oh wow! I've just checked it out actually. That's a.
Was that the prior collision or?
No, the one between Slama and Alter. That was a pretty mental collision. I'm not gonna lie. You look forward to that one if you get to it. 55 incidents now, so. Hopefully we get through. Should do. Anything we do post-race. But yeah, the grid is fairly spread out now, to be honest. We've got Bukowski about 0.3 seconds behind Koval in front. Go on board the wing of the Mustang. And it cuts off everything apparently, which is always good. Looks like a move up the inside. And it looks like this one's been completed. Very clean move there by Bukowski. Petitjean is looking for another overtake on Lisk. That's one that he completed earlier. It's about 15 seconds for car number 9. Care to elaborate on any of that, Ben?
Car number 9, basically with the collision with prior and everything, basically obviously there was slower cars going into turn 2. Car 9 massively missed on the brakes and forced car 555 off and gained the place for it. So the increased penalty for it obviously being lap 1, hence it being 15, not 10. Because it was minor collision.
That was minor, it's moved up.
Yeah, minor collision position gained, but obviously it was moved up because it was first lap.
Evans made the move up on Kelly, I think that was. No, who was that? It was Kleinhuder who made that move on. So Evans is now finding himself up in P18, which is good. Whoever requested for them to be seen earlier, you've just seen them making an overtake. Kelly behind is now looking for a move on Kleinhuder, so it'll be interesting to see what happens between those two. Looks like he might have a worse exit. He's hit the sausage curb, he's on the gravel, so it'll be a couple seconds down now. Well, a little bit unsteady there from that McLaren in front. That's Slama. He might have some aero damage, to be fair, from his contacts from earlier. So, wow, that's a big straight line speed difference. Wow, that was scary. That was very scary between Sloev and Slama there. That was very close. And there's a car on the inside as well. That's a Ferrari. I believe that's a blue flagged Ferrari. So fair enough for them to be in on the side of the track. 43 cars on track at the moment. Not as much as the 60 that we had sign up, but to be honest, it's still a massively good turnout, so I'm impressed with that. So I believe actually we've only had 3. The top 17 incidents, we've only had 3 penalty worthy ones, so it's not too bad.
The majority of them were all kind of like pings and bangs off of each other, where like everyone's kind of blocked up because of the other collisions.
Yeah.
And some of them are just basically add-ons of what originally occurred. So like quite a few of them at the top were all to do with the stop go for 666. Basically, some of the collisions after that were all tied into cars taking avoiding action and just tapping each other, trying to avoid what basically ploughing into the rest of that collision. So, and then there was just slight door banging going through turn one, which is the majority of them.
Yeah. I'm just gonna have a look at a couple myself. You'll see me flicking through them on the replay. Sorry to any drivers that were the. Maybe that's what happened to Gemmill then. Maybe he got damage from that, but yeah, BMW unfortunate loss of control there. I do apologise if anyone's watching this back and you see yourself in one of the incidents. It's not to name and shame or anything. It's might as well just cover them while the action is dwindling. Wow. Right there, that's a pretty big misjudgment. Right, I'll go back to the racing.
Always good.
Soloev is in the pit lane. That's unfortunate to see. I don't know why he's coming. Looks like he got a lot of damage on the front there though, so must have missed something during his lap. Probably won't be able to see it from this. Unless he gets unsteady in the exit, but we won't be able to see it unfortunately. Mid-pack is still fairly closely packed together. A lot of drivers actually in the pit lane. Wolf is in the pit lane with some damage on the front as well, so that's unfortunate to see. I know he's some good positions. Closest area on track, to be honest, is probably Ackerman, Borba, Blanchett, and Kvazov, which is all for P10 at the moment. You can see this battle on screens now. Obviously, with it being night time, it's going to be harder to see stuff on the broadcast. I'll try and do my best for you to explain anything, and also if you need anyone to be watched, I can do so. Well, the Porsche is Polish. Same, yeah, we've got a lot of Polish drivers on the grid, so you'll have probably meet a couple of friends or any stuff like that. Drivers from all over the world, to be honest. We've got one of the drivers is from New Zealand, I think, so bit of variety there. That's what's the battle between? I was about to say the Mustang and the. Oh, that's not good. That was definite commentator's curse. I do apologise to Borbor and Tan Ackerman there. Not really sure what happened, to be honest. It was a fairly interesting incident. They were. Looks like the Ferrari, yeah, just went a little bit wide on the, or maybe a bit unsteady on the exit, the contact, but at the end of the day, the Mustang got the position out of it, so yeah, interesting. He's regained it now though. Lost a couple of positions in the process, but he can always gain it back. There is 35 minutes left of the race, more than enough time.
It really makes me seem like I'm going really slow with 35 minutes to go to the race, and I'm 4 minutes into the replay.
Is there a mandatory pit stop? No pit stop is allowed really. You're allowed to do a tyre change and that is it. Obviously you can do damage, but refueling is not allowed. So 69 minutes of racing. It's a test for the drivers and the cars. Obviously some cars have different fuel consumptions. Obviously the Ferraris are better for that. And different drivers are able to consume fuel differently as well. So end of the race we might see some drivers limping towards the end of the pack, or maybe sat in the pit lane until the race finish. But obviously with the Discord series, so long as you do the laps, you get quite good results from it. This is an amazing battle between Chodit and the Cosciera, Mustang Cosciera. Fair play to those guys. There's a lot of Raptor Virtual Racings on the grid tonight. I feel like every battle I switch to is one of their drivers, so welcome in, guys. As you can see in the chat, Uplay is the website to get the best deals and hottest updates in the gaming industry, especially if you're looking to get into a Assetto Corsa Competizione. You can get up to about 72% off of a lot of the DLCs and the game itself, so it's definitely worth checking out. Click on the link, have a look at it. If you want any game for a heavily discounted price, it's a good service, and people that have used it from ACM can back that fact up. Still a very close battle between these guys. Bit of a door banging between them there, but nothing too major. It looks like Cosciera will probably take the advantage for this next lap, unless Shorty makes a late break. Wow, that was yeah, that was very late on the brakes there.
I was going to say that was a good time to come back out of a replay on the back of the Nissan there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was sort of clenching my teeth on that one there. What's happening down the rest of the grid? Up front, I'll try and keep an eye on what's happening. It's still Mayer leads, Gray leads Eusebi. Gray's actually made up a second to Mayer, so I reckon by the end of this race, Gray could be in a good position for...
Cosciera is also not going to be happy with that.
With that contact?
With with the penalty that was applied from the beginning of towards the race, so he's just had a 15
seconds,
yeah. So he's not going to be too happy, I'm sure, but sadly that's how it is.
Yeah, I mean, you have an incident and you're at fault, you have to get punished, really. Just the rule of racing. Maybe Chauderette will be less inclined to make an overtake now. Obviously, as long as he's within 15 seconds by the end of the race, he's going to get the position anyhow. And there is 10 seconds to Ackerman in P12, so there's a lot of time there. Lillington.
Well, how far back does your replay go, Harry?
Does yours not go that far back?
So mine does no longer go back to how far I needed to go. I will take over from where I can, and then I'm happy to do post-race for the last ones.
Interesting. I don't know why that is.
Well, where does your replay? My replay is now at 8 minutes 34. That's as far back as my replay will go.
I can go all the way to the start of the race, so we should be fine in that regard.
Well, I will have to go back over that one where I can.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, to be fair, you've done pretty much the bulk of the one from the start, so...
Yeah, I'm only missing a couple, so... And I'll stay in the replay for now.
Yeah, I think the incidents have calmed down, thankfully. It's sort of a couple-minute intervals between incidents.
Yeah, I should start to catch up now.
65 total is pretty mental. I think the record is about in the 60s, and that was with about 40 cars on the grid, similar to this one, but it was at Kyle Army. Lillington's looking to make moves on Brandt in the Mustang. That's currently the closest battle up at the top that we've got going on. About 0.3 seconds between those two. Pevan in the Nissan is on the rear of Cosciera. It looks like Chauderette has made his way past Cosciera. I unfortunately missed that overtake. Maybe Cosciera realised he's got 15 seconds. Chauderette's going to get the position anyhow. Why not just let him pass to save the space? Or he might have had a battle and we just missed out on it. Either one of the two. Further towards the back, Kuzmenchuk in the Aston Martin is looking for a move on Darkness in front. The only BMW on the grid tonight. Apparently the BMW needed 140 litres of fuel to finish this race, so it will be very interesting to see what Darkness does with the fuel. Brandt's lost position to Lilly, and Pagani's gone through up into P6. Is there been contact or something in the air? Yeah, Brandt's gone straight across. He's had a bit of a pawn on the exit, and that's allowed Lilly to go through, and it allowed Pagani to go through as well. So that is how it happens. If you're late on the brakes, then there you go. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Wash Machine. How's it doing tonight? Who's on poles? So not sure what you mean by that. If you mean P1, we've got Mayer still, followed by Gray. Fastest lap is taken by Gray, and the fastest in the speed trap is taken by Eusebi. So each of the top three have got something to claim for. Eusebi, actually, to be fair, is doing very well. He's made his way up from P10 into P3, so that's very good going from him. It's always good to see that as well. So another one as well, Lillington from P14 up into P8. That's 6 positions gained. Chauderet is now 17 positions gained. Bukowski is 22 positions gained. Carlier is 21. Which is she's very good from these drivers, so fair play to these guys. Brandt's actually got back past Lillington now, so I've missed that one again. Sorry, I'm missing everything. It's very difficult to keep track of stuff during this race. It looks like Lillington's looking at the inside, doesn't make a move or anything. But we'll try and get a better exit. See there. They both do it fairly well. I think the Mustang's probably got the acceleration. Compared to the Ferrari. Heaven's looking for a move on Cosciera. Obviously Cosciera with a 15-second penalty. Mark Maz on the inside there, it's a blue flag car. They should give it up fairly easily. As they do. Switch to Mark Maz actually. He's in the ACM livery. He deserves a bit of time on screen. He lets another driver through. Interesting place to do so, but he did it fairly decently, so I can't complain. This is probably one of the rarely used liveries, to be honest, so it's good to see it out on track. The Ferrari is the newest livery to be released. Sorry, second newest. I believe Mercedes is the newest one to be released of the ACM livery pack. It's fairly different to the others, actually. It's got distorted lines on this one compared to the other ones being just straight lines. But our livery designer, Robin Taylor, exceptionally good with his line work. I'm sure you can account to that one, Ben.
Oh, massively. I've now had 2 off of him, and yeah, I wouldn't go to anyone else. So
yeah,
massively agree.
He's good, and he's good on prices as well. Obviously, with the ACM Patreon, you get one from him for free, and then if you want another one, it's probably about a 5 or a tenner, maybe 20, depending on what you want. It's definitely better than the competition, that's for sure. I think a quote I got before I went to Robin was about 60 quid per livery, so you know, take from that what you will. Astikov on the back end of Razkazchikov. I've butchered that name completely. Let me have another go. Razkazchikov. There you go. It's a good name actually. I wouldn't mind being called that. Quite a cool last name. But that was a fairly clean move by Astikov, to be honest, around the outside on that corner, and he's now about a second ahead, so fair play to him. Bukowski is also looking for a move. He's pulled out the slipstream. It'll be on the outside for the next corner. It's a battle of who's gonna brake the latest. They both brake about the same point, and that is unfortunately a collision there. I'm not gonna make a comment, and I'll leave that up to Ben. We're at the stage where the leaders will be lapping everyone in last. Yeah, you can see Mayer, if we go on board with him now, you've got a whole line of cars that he's got to get through. I think he's got through the bulk of them, to be fair though. If you look at sort of behind him. Actually, that could just be the rest of the grid, to be fair. But he has got a lot of drivers in front to catch up now. And to be honest, the track is pretty much covered. That looks like 724. That looks like Darkness, who's had a bit of a spin, which is never good to see. Right, to him. Yeah, he's sat on the inside of the track there. But it looks like he'll be able to get it back. Number 85, oh, it's Matt Howells. He was doing really well in the Bentley. It's unfortunate to see. Matt Redfern looks like he's got a penalty, a stock car penalty. What's that for, Ben?
As far as what car number is Matt?
That's 74.
I haven't given that to him, so that's come out of somewhere.
Interesting. What would you get a stop go for?
Would it not be speeding through the pit lane?
I've never seen a stop go for it, but interesting. I don't know if he's been in the pit lane. I've got no
completely
idea.
Unsure, but yeah, no. What car number did you say? Sorry.
7-4.
7-4. Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah,
so.
I'm just looking myself. Interesting. We'll see what that is after the race.
Yeah.
Then. I know Matt to be fairly clean and a good driver, so I was quite shocked to see him with a penalty. 15 seconds for wraps. I think we covered that earlier. Is there any other penalties that I've missed?
There is one to come. I'm just trying to make sure I check this one off before closing out the replay and applying them. Which is this is one that I'm just kind of looking into now. Another one I'm looking into now. Sorry.
Fair enough.
Just because I'm scared we're going to lose the. I'm scared I'm going to lose this replay. You see, so.
I have saved the start of the race, so if we do end up losing, we able to have it. What's going on then? Let's have a look at what's happening. So Pagani's currently the closest of the top spot. He's about 0.7 seconds behind Slama. But Ismail leads Gray, leads Yuzebi for the top 3, and the rest of the grid, to be fair, is pretty spread out. Ooh, wow, that was a good reaction from car number 19 there. Interesting route to take though, but they've managed to go on the track safely, which is good. It's given the position to Koval though. Might see a battle between those two, supposing they get it back. Krasnov, about 0.4 seconds behind Jemiel. I think we saw Krasnov in the pit lane. Some damage here, he's making good gains back on it. Anyone got any ideas for some races? If we have a 75-minute race with 2 pit stops, what would you name it?
Stop twice in 75 minutes.
We could do, actually, Pit Stop Prodigy version 2.
Quite like the sound of that.
We had the first Pit Stop Prodigy at, I think it was Hungaroring not too long ago. That was a name that I got off ChatGPT, so fair enough to that. Sorry about the action. Currently I'm focusing on events. Matt Howes is looking to regain his positions that he's lost. He's stuck behind Darkness and he's a blue flagged car for, I believe that's Yuzebi, going up and through. Go on board with him, see what's going on. We've got a white flagged car in front. You can see a bit of dust being kicked up there. Not sure which car that is. We might see him on the side of the track and him on too. How many people started the race today? We had about 46, I believe, and now we've got 44, so not too many leaving, which is quite good. What an overtake, yeah. We've just seen another one there. That was Matt Howes and Will Gossel. Will Gossel's looking for a rejoin. Matt Howes is going to keep it, but he goes wide, so I'm just going to give Gossel the, as he collects a bit of the bollard there, he's going to give him the run. And you can see Darkness behind. He's looking to gain what he can from this. We know Matt Howes to be quite a fast driver, to be fair, and especially in the Bentley. Sorry, he's doing quite well with what he's at the moment. He's gonna keep that position, it seems. What else have we got going on up at the top? Brandt is making moves again. Pagani's dropped down to P7 as he gets. He laps the car, he goes wide. I'm not sure what's going on there. Looks like he's gone very wide. Made a dive bomb on Brandt, went through, and now he's behind both Brandt and Lillington, so that's always good to see. New fastest lap, Yuzebi with a 1:48.1 as he does some blue flag overtakes there. It's like, I can't think of a metaphor for this, but it's like swimming with fish, I suppose you could say. That's terrible. Ignore me. Terrible. Anyhow, I'm not the Rick Pixel that you want me to be. Lisk has been overtaken by Beaver. Wolf is looking to gain back positions from his pit stop earlier. Got Ackerman's just made a move on Kvasov. I think we saw Kvasov going into the pit lane earlier. I don't know if it was him or it was another driver. But if he did go into the pit lane, then he's done fairly well to get to where he is. I might mean Krasnov actually instead of Kvasov, getting confused there. Either way, Kvasov is doing quite well. I think he started in P12, so he's made his way up one place, but he's kept it clean, which is what's important. Two fastest drivers, car-wise, speed-wise on the grid at the moment is Mr. Coschiera and Mr. Blanchette. They've both respectively set 281 kilometers an hour through the speed trap. Obviously, the difference in cars there is interesting. The Ferrari and the Mustang both setting the similar speed. Curval's got a 5-second penalty. Anything to elaborate on that one, Ben?
That is car number 713.
Yes.
Yeah, so car 31 was rejoining the track slightly slower in the mid corner, and he taps the back end, spinning in both round, and then basically technically gains a place from it. So just minor contact gains a place. So
yeah,
that's the reason for that one.
Tell you what, get an event out. I can even do it during this. I'll find out soon. We can see Coschiera going a little bit wide there. That's going to allow, well actually, is that Kelly? That's just overtaken. I think that's Kelly in the Ferrari in front that's just overtaken. Obviously Coschiera's got a 15-second penalty. If the race was to finish now, he would finish down in about P21, P22, probably P22. Obviously you just got to keep it careful during the first corner, first lap. We said it during the briefing to all drivers. Just stick to your columns and try not to get into an incident. But obviously it is harsher. It's all in the rule book, so no unfair play here. And drivers can have 24 hours to appeal as well, so no unfair business going on here yet. Anyone else that's having any close-up battles across the grid? Let's have a look. Garney's trying to make back for what he lost earlier. Lillington's now about 0.9 seconds. On board with Kelly, he's made his way past Coschiera, we covered that a minute ago. Just keeping it steady. That's a driver from Phoenix. A lot of them down with us tonight. It's sort of the same thing that goes with the Raptor Virtual guys. See Chauderet in P13 now. So this battle between Lily and Slama is currently one of the closest that we got on track, and it is for a high position. So I'm going to try and keep on with this battle for the foreseeable. You can see blue flag driver on the outside there, coming back across the track, but no issues there.
What I'll probably look at doing, Harry, is I might just start basically resolving them, but not applying just yet.
Yeah, that's fair
I'm
enough.
just going
If
to
you
keep
can
losing
apply them in
massive chunks of the replay. So
yeah, no, absolutely fair enough. If you can apply them in bulk, so there's no issues there. So long as they get done before the end of the race, it's the best.
or even possibly post race, just because of how many is still to go. But
Yeah,
as I said,
I mean,
on
you
a
can do. It's just better to do it during the race as well, because there's no surprises for drivers then.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I just don't want to lose it on the replay.
Still on board with Lily at the moment. Got Slama in front. There's about not too much between these guys. You see, ooh, that's a dive bomb and a half. But they kept it well. Apologies for my slight distraction. I am in the process of uploading a new event. Alright, cool. And that is a new event that is about to be up. Stay on board with Lily for now. It's a good camera and there's a bit of action, so you guys should be content with that for the time being. There's 10 minutes left of the race, so I'll jump back in on the action, especially with the top folk, in about a minute or so. Don't change position, it's another look at the inside from Lily there, but it's not going to be fruitful. Third and second are close to each other. Might see some action. Yeah, I could potentially switch to him. It's about 0.5 seconds. That's a cool camera inside the cockpit. Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, you can't really see much because the track map and the badge covers it, but it's quite nice to see, especially when the drivers have the endurance lights on like this one here. It's quite nice to see. Obviously, you got the driver one as well, but you can't see any action, so it's better for a qualifying one. We'll go on board with these heavy, and I'll keep my eye on the timings for Lily as well. And we'll see what's going on there.
I was going to say I'm definitely I've not necessarily applied some of them just yet because there's a whole collection group and they've all got penalties added. So
Oh, that's a bit of it's a bit messy in front. Both John Gray and Eusebi managed to navigate around it, but one of the BMWs, I think, in front there managed to spin around one of the cars. It's never good to see, but they all managed to get through it. Okay, there's still a couple of slow cars, but they've regained now. That'll be another incident to review after. To be honest, I don't think we'll see a change between Gray and Eusebi. They're both very fast drivers, respectively, but I know both of them to be so clean and fair to each other as well. So if they can make a move in 8 minutes, fair play to Eusebi, and fair play to Linker as well. They're both about the same distance away from each other, so I'll keep switching back between the two from now on. Alex is in. Waiting for some food, so he's not going to be in the VC, but he is having a look at some incidents, which is good news for us. There is a lot.
Yeah. I still haven't applied some of these penalties yet, but there is a few to come yet. It is your choice what you prefer me to do. I can either stop looking at some of these and start applying, or I can just keep going and try and chug through and then we can apply afterwards.
No, keep chugging through. If anything, I can apply.
Yeah, no worries. Just because I feel like I'm definitely going to lose my replay if not, so...
And then we go, they're applied. Wow, that's close between Eusebi and John Gray there. I did say they won't overtake, but I never said there won't be a battle. It looks like these two are now battling as well. Who to choose between? Man, it looks like everyone's sort of bunching together now as well. We've got the battle for Garni and Brandt. We've got the battle between these two, and of course we've got the battle for P2 as well. So I will now stay with the action until the end of the race. Let me the replay.
First one I've had, and Mr. John Gray is on the report.
Last 5 minutes then. Let's go back forward between these two. So potentially another dark bomb by Lily. It's not going to be. And the Audi in first has just gone. Yeah, he's had a proper calm race, to be honest. Obviously, he's had the blue flags, which are never easy to deal with. But I think most people have been fairly careful today. That's a move up the inside potentially from Lily there. Definitely got the speed, and she's around the outside. Yeah, that's very clean. And that's gone. I think the McLaren is potentially saving on fuel there, because there's no way that Ferrari was that fast. Although to be fair, they did brake late into the first corner, so so what goes around comes around, I suppose you could say. Brandt is being overtaken now by Pagani as well, so there's a move there that was made. Eusebi's dropped back a bit from John Gray now, but about a second between them. Brandt is now still on the back of Pagani. I'm not sure there'll be a move. Yeah, he sort of backed out early there. I don't know if he's lifting or coasting or just being careful. Hopefully it's the second and they're not careful on, and they're not wary of fuel, I should say. Wow, that's a lot of damage on Kvasov's car there. They both go for the Ooh, both go for the escape road and almost end up having a collision. Car number 232's had a bit of an incident there. He's got a yellow flag. Looks like they rejoin okay, unless they're out of fuel. Not entirely sure what's going on there, but it's another car with a lot of damage. So I'm sure there's been an incident there. Beaver and Lisk are currently having a battle towards Parabolica. It's going to be whoever brakes the latest here. They both brake about the same point. McLaren goes a bit deep, but he keeps it stuck. It was actually the BMW that ended up going wider, and that's now allowed a lapping car to go through, so that's going to delay their battle slightly. Fernani and Wolf are about 0.5 of a second between each other. Koshier and Krasnov are having a pretty massive battle, and Howes has a blue flag behind. So that looks like Krasnov has made his way past Koshier, and obviously Koshier has got a 15-second penalty. There's no point battling for that one. Brandt's about 0.3 behind now. Eusebi's about 0.3 behind, and Slama's definitely fuel saving. They have now dropped back by about 7 seconds. So I reckon they could drop down a bit further than that, unfortunately. So Pagani's 2.9. And there's a couple cars off to the side there, maybe. Yo, Krasov's in the pit lane now. And Gemiol's on the side of the track, that's not good to see. He's going to rejoin hopefully now. Not much of a gap there for him to do it. Beaver's got a lot of dust in front of him. And there's McLaren. Sorry, that's Ferrari. I believe that's Ferrari with Mark Maz that's spun. We've got McLaren spinning ahead. It's all going off at once. Crazy. Yeah, it's been a mental race for incidents and stuff so far. The tally now is up at 105, so I have no idea what we're going to do.
Don't remind me that.
what are we on now? We're on 53
I'm
with
doing
about
53
20
with there's a couple of gaps. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a couple of gaps where my replay's messed up. So yeah, we're still cracking through.
It's going to
you're
be a
more
lot
than welcome-
post-race.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to apply that time penalty last minute if you'd wish. I'm just typing up now if you'd prefer.
Yeah, just let me know what there is to do.
Just that TP,
eliminate.
yeah.
Cool. Sorry, that's the timetable. Yeah, that's it. Right, let's catch up with the top folk then for the final couple laps of this race. Meyer, absolutely phenomenal top job. He's dropped back a couple seconds, as John Gray's only now got 2.5 seconds behind. But he's ran such an incredible race. He's not had any battles or anything of the sort. He's just kept it clean, kept it to what he needed to do, and he's been rewarded for it really. I believe this is the final lap of the race. Maybe we can go inside and check. I'll see. But this should be the final lap of the race, so we will be seeing him cross the finish line. Also, if we can cover an all race as well, John Gray, he's now in P2 with the fastest lap of the race with the 147.8. The end of the grid is always crazy. That is a statement for sure. Obviously, we saw with 44 cars on the grid, it's going to be mental either way. There'll be a lot of drivers that are new. I think we've had a couple of drivers saying that it's their first race, so pretty mental for a fact. You can see Mayer flashing his lights. He wants to get through cleanly, as John Gray is not too far behind him. So if this is their final lap, which I believe it should be, as the door gets closed there by a back marker, I believe that's Cosciera. There's cars all over the track, and there might be a change for the finish line here. Oh, is he so close? John Gray might have the finish, and he has. He's won the race. At the end there, Meyer had some blue flag issues, and he's won the race on the final corner after leading for the entire race. Meyer's now finished in P2, and Eusebi's stuck to P3. That was an insane finish. Wow! I can't believe what I just watched. Well, I mean, let's have a look at that again if we can. I've completely missed it. I don't know when I've gone back to. But we just saw someone getting taken out. That was a good race for sure. I do feel very bad for May. They got caught up in the blue flags, and he just gets taken about in Mustang. That's always good. But yeah, I do feel bad for him there. He ran the whole race, and on the final corner, he lost it. But I think we got the best possible angle for that last corner there. Eusebi finishes in P3. Holter finishes in P4. not too bad, but he definitely had some better positioning in there. Lily finishes in P5. She's doing another lap, so obviously no worries on fuel. Pagani finishes in P6. Brandt in P7. So it looks like Slama did have some fuel issues, but they are fortunately crossing the line. They will have dropped some places though. So Pagani's now in P6. Brandt's in P7. Daniel Duarte in P8, Ackerman in P9, Blanchette in P10, Charles Direct in P11, Slama finishes now in P12, Bikovsky in P13. Looks like Astikov and Krasnov will be finishing together, the two teammates there. They'll be finishing in P14 and 15 respectively. Soloev P16, Pevin in P17. P18 is Carlier, Koval in P19, and Kuzmenchuk finishing off the top 20. Welcome in, Floppy Fox, welcome in, Michael. Evening, wow, just turned in to watch loads of death. How was the race? It was absolutely phenomenal. A lot of incidents, a huge amount of incidents, which is going to take us an absolute decade to get through. I think there's 113 total incidents now.
That's
So
all right. I didn't want to sleep tonight anyway.
yeah,
So
it's going to be a long evening for sure.
I'm just gonna keep playing on. However, Harry, if you have the race replay, I'm probably going to need that.
Yep. Yeah, no worries about that. I've got the entire thing. We'll try and grab, if we can, someone for a post-race interview. If we can, we'll try and get John Graham, the man that stole P1 from Mayer. Look, so big gainers from this race were Lillington, Shorterette. They gained 19 places for Shorterette and 10 places for Lily, so an incredibly good going. See if we can have any interviews potentially. Otherwise, we'll have to end the stream. Thank you everyone for coming along. Did someone say it's moderation? Okay. I don't know.
Say again, sorry.
Someone put in chat is moderation okay, and then I don't know. That was I don't know what that was relating to. Stono Merc's thinking of going back to it just so there's one on track. There was actually one on track. There was an old gen Merc actually, and that was Raptor. They were in the pre-2019 one, which is fair enough to him.
Probably talking in terms of the reports, Harry.
It could be. 113. Oh yeah, 113.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's correct. I'm a little slow. Yeah, Mentor. I don't think we'll unfortunately not get anyone for a post-race interview, so we'll end the stream here. But thank you everyone for coming along, and if you are watching it back, hopefully you enjoyed watching it through. If you aren't following, give us a follow. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord and join some races with us. We accept anyone, and obviously the races are very fun, and we do have a live student and commentary as always. So if you do want to get in, next race is on Sunday. It's a 60-minute round, which I believe is at, if we look at the poll, which is at Spa. So we'll see you there at 6:30 UTC on Sunday. Have a good one, everyone.